बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम हो रही है। कल को मैंने नहीं जाना नहीं तो ये साइड में उनका तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आता नहीं उनका अच्छे से आता है बट कल कुछ समझ नहीं वो इतना हाई लेवल का नाम बेटा जाता और ये सब बट वो शेयर भी नहीं करते अपनी एक्टिविटीज तो अपना राइट अप कुछ शेयर नहीं करते कुछ कैसे स्टार्ट करेंगे अच्छा ओके सॉरी What's the date today? Like Johnson.
So today the first class we'll be seeing about marketing software. So this software is basically used to convert to mark formats or to Dublin core. Mark to Dublin core format or Dublin core to mark. So usually this software will be used when you are using any library automation softwares. Okay, so for example, if you use Koha in your library and you want to add some data of books to your Koha library automation software. Okay, so the data what you type in Excel cannot be directly added into Koha. So for that reason, what you have to do, you have to convert that Excel sheet into mark format. So after converting into mark, only you can able to add into Koha. Okay, so directly you cannot convert those data into Excel. So you need some softwares for those conversions. Okay, and one of those software is the Mark Edit. So what we are going to do now is we will just make a sample book entry and we will convert those book entry into mark tag formats, and from this mark tag format it will be converted into mark data. Okay. Okay. This is the web page. I think it is visible now, right? Okay, this is a web page where you can able to download the Mark Edit softwares. So before downloading any software, you have to check what is your current system options. Okay, so for example, you have to check what is 64-bit and what is 34-bit of your current desktop or laptop. Okay, and also you should check the Windows operating system. So based upon that, you have to download the softwares. So I have already downloaded the softwares and installed. So the Mark Edit software looks like this. It is the version of 7.6.8. Okay. So now I have already created an Excel file. Okay. If you see this Excel file, here I have mentioned the accession number. Okay, so basic component of our library book is accession number and ISBN, language, author, second author, title of the book, place of publication, name of publisher, year of publication, pages. Series is nothing but for the journals. Okay, and volume, subject, item type. So item type you can see here, it refers to the items, whether it is books or reference materials or journals or periodicals. Okay, and edition of the book, and not for loan. Not for loan is for reference. Basically, reference is for books which are not issued for loan. And collection code, permanent library, current library, location, date of acquired, vendor, price, call number, replacement price, item type. Okay.
So this template you created or
I created. Yeah. So these are the basic requirements of a book to be added into a Koha database, Koha library automation software. you can have all these things or you can be more limited also. But the compulsory thing is accession number, title, edition, volume, author, place of publication. Those things must be compulsory.
What are the values you have added in the first class?
Yeah, I will say. Okay. So now you all know what is these things. And if you see at the first row, I have added values. So those are nothing but the mark values. Okay. So if you take off a Koha automation software, each book or each pattern, whatever you are going to add, you have to add in these formats, mark formats. Okay. I will show you an example. Okay, if you see here, yeah, okay, if you see here, this is the page where you'll be adding the metadata of the particular book in the Koha library automation software. So you can able to find 000. So there will be 9 fields, 0 to 9. Those are main fields, and here these are subfields. So from 0 to 9, under each main field, you will be having each subfields, 000, 001, 0003. Okay. Also in these subfields, you will be having a tag, that is $A, $B, $C, $D. Okay, those are called tags. So Koha will understand the values based upon these mark formats only. It won't understand based upon the Excel sheet or a Word file or a tab delimiter file or a notepad file. You have to convert those elements into mark formats, which could be understood by the Koha library automation software. Okay. So now what we are going to do, I have already mentioned here. So $925 mentions the accession number in mark formats. Okay. 0 to 0 $A is the ISBN number. So for each field, I have mentioned the mark numbers above it for easy understanding. Okay. And also I have mentioned the each values. So $925 is accession number, which is 001, and 0 to 0 $A is ISBN. I have given the ISBN value. Okay. So for each accession number, I have given the values.
What does this dollar means?
Those are the formats, ma'am. Formats in mark formats. So dollar is the 100 is the main class. It comes under one field, and 100 is the subfield, and $A is the tags. So if you have a second author, you can mention. If there is no second author or third author or any others, you can just leave it as empty. Okay. And this is the title of the book, place of publication, name of the publisher, year of publication, pages, series. Series is mainly for the journals or periodicals, and volume is the volume of the book. Okay. So these are the many things I have given. So now what I am going to do is, I am going to convert this into mark formats. Okay. So for a practical exams, you will be given a set of files. Okay. In that files, we will mention the title of the book, author of the book, edition, volume, everything. So these things you should remember. Okay. So in Excel sheet, you have to type these things, add those values here, and you have to convert into mark formats. Okay, or
this will be given to us in Excel sheet.
No, we won't give this to you. You have to remember these tags. We will give you these values, only the metadata.
Okay.
Okay, so we will give you question number 1, title, author, publisher, year of publication, place of publication, item type, only few basic fields, mandatory fields. Question number 2 will be just another title of a book. So what you have to do, you have to create an Excel sheet. In an Excel sheet, you have to type these things. Okay, the mark formats. Below that, you have to import these values and you have to convert.
So all marks are values mandatory or?
It is up to you, sir.
No.
For example, I have not given here the physical description of a book, especially the page numbers. Okay, and also I have not given the illustrations, whether it is illustrated book or a long book. Physical descriptions I have not given. If there is any physical description you want to add, you can add in this. So there is a different mark format for it. Okay. The basic fields are ISBN, accession number, author of the book, title of the book, edition, publication year, publication price, and publication place. These things are mandatory for a book to identify the metadata fields. Okay. So now what I'm doing is I will save this file and open the marketed software. Okay, I have already installed. Just click this. You will get this marketed software. Okay.
The software will be pre-installed in the system.
Yes, all the software should be pre-installed. Koha, DSpace, marketed will be pre-installed in the system. You just open and work on it. You must know how to open. See, Greenstone and marketed, it is easy. Just go to start option and you can open. But how you will open DSpace?
Icon.
For DSpace, there is no icon. How you will access DSpace? So how you will basically access Koha?
Koha, we can download now. Oh, the number is given to that number is given to us by sir.
No.
IP number.
We were
Koha is
talking
already-
online. Koha is not online.
How do you access Koha?
By what resolution?
By?
Walter's
resolution?
solution.
Koha by
No. See, bywater solutions is for demo. It is for your own purpose. If you install Koha in your library, how do you access that Koha? You have OPAC in your library. How do you access those Koha? Through your web browser. Web browser. So in web browser, what you are feeding in that?
We are using IP.
Yeah, you will be feeding a URL. It is not IP. IP is nothing but numbers. 10.10.80.12, that is IP. IP does not have any relationship with this. You will be feeding URL into that web browser. Okay, for example, I will show you. This is a web browser, and this is the place where you will be feeding your URL. Here you will be typing the IP address. Okay, so if it is in a local server, you will be typing the local IP address. If it is in a public server, you will be typing a public IP address.
In this practical, we will be given the IP address.
Yeah. But you should know how to access. So how you will access DSpace?
Through IP address.
For accessing DSpace, you will be typing localhost. Localhost :8080/JSPUI.
For accessing DSpace.
Yes. So for accessing DSpace, what you have to do? You have to type localhost :8080/JSPUI. So JSPUI is nothing but Java Servlet Pages User Interface. Okay. So first, before that, you have to start the Apache Tomcat, and then you have to type JSPUI. And alternatively, you have to type localhost :8080/XMLUI.
ये किसके लिए? XML.
So JSPUI and XMLUI is nothing but server side and a client side. Similarly, what you have for a Koha. Okay, Koha you will be having a server side and a client side. In a server side, you will be able to add the collections of library and to modify the collections. In a user side, you will be seeing the opaque view. So similarly, there is two views in DSpace also. One is JSPUI and another one is XMLUI. So if you don't remember this, you cannot be able to access DSpace. Okay. So this thing will be converted into an IP address. Okay, either it will be in a public IP or in a local IP. So we'll come to DSpace later. Okay, later. Okay, so now what we did is we have created an Excel sheet with the mark fields for 2 books. We have added 2 books. Okay, so now what we will do, we will open marketed software. So that is an option called export tab delimited text. You have to first click this export tab delimited text. Okay, so basically you know about Notepad. Okay, there is a file called tab delimiter. Do you know what is tab delimiter? Okay. So in tab delimiter, for each characters or each fields, there will be a space. Understood? If there is a comma delimiter, there will be comma between each field. If there is a semicolon delimiter, there will be a semicolon between each field. Okay. For example, if I say author name, there are two authors, first author, second author. So tab delimiter, what it does is it gives a space between the first author, second author. Comma delimiter, what it will do, it will give a comma in between the two authors. Semicolon delimiter will give a semicolon between the two authors. So those are delimiters. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to give tab delimited text. So source file is the Excel file. So choose the Excel file. It is in desktop. The name is cohort data entry format. Okay. So here you could see I could not able to see the file, Excel file. So now what I have to do is I have to go here and change this text file to all files. Understood? Because earlier it was text file. So text files, what it will do, it will show only the text file format, .txt. Okay. So text files are nothing but notepad files. It is having an extension called .txt. So I have saved the book data in the Excel file format. So what is the file format for Excel? .excel. .excel. Yes. .exe is an executable file. For any software, you will be having .exe. So Excel will be having an extension called .xls, and the latest version is having .xlsx. Okay, so you can just click on right click and go on properties, and you will be finding here .xlsx. This is the latest version. Okay, before you will be having .xls alone. Okay, Word file format you will be having .doc. Latest version you will be having .docx. PPT, PPTX. Okay, you should understand those file formats when you are managing digital library. Okay, so here it shows only the file format which is having .txt. Now we are going to change this txt to all files. So it will show all the files. Okay, now we have to open the cohort data entry format. This is the file format which I have made. And open this. Okay, so we have selected the source file. Now we are going to select the output file. So output file I will be clicking this desktop. Okay, so the name of the file will be 123. I am just giving sample and save. Okay, and here you can able to see I have created only one sheet, sheet 1. If you have multiple sheets, you have to select which sheet you have to import. Okay. So here
import only one sheet.
Yeah, one sheet.
One sheet at a time.
Yeah. So here I can have sheet 1. Okay. If you have multiple sheets, for example, in sheet 1, if you are having the book data, in sheet 2, if you are having the users data also you have to convert it to mark file. In third file, if you are having any periodicals data. Okay. So I want to select only the sheet 1 here. So I have to click sheet 1 here, and the delimiter is tab. Same thing, no need to change anything. And just click import file. Okay, so now you can able to see it has taken the file. In field 0, 925 is the accession number. I have given the accession number 001. Whatever I have given in the Excel sheet, it is taken here. Okay, you can able to see all the fields. Now we are going to map. This is cross mapping. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to select the field 0 and we are going to map to $925P. Okay, $925P. Understood? See, you should not get confused with this. This thing usually will not occur in an Excel sheet. These two fields. Okay, this field I have given for you to understand what are the fields in a mark format. This I have given for you to understand the title of the each column I have given. Okay. Once we done with this, we will remove these two columns, two rows. Okay. So now we are going to map. If you already know the mapping formats, no need to add those two rows in an Excel sheet. Since you all don't know, since you're first, I am just having those things in an Excel sheet at the first. Later we will be removing those things. Understood? Okay. Now we are going to map. Field 0 is accession number. So accession number I am mapping to the mark format of $925P. Okay. Once you are mapped, you have to click this add argument. So you can see 0 is mapped to $925P. Okay. Next is field 1. I am going to map to $0 add argument. Okay. Similarly, you have to do for all the fields. Field 2 $041 Field 3.
Sir,
Yes.
field 2 we didn't add.
Oh. Field 2 $041 03 $100 Field 4 $700 Field 5.
When do it for all the 25 fields?
Yes. $A.
All fields are mandatory or?
Sir, what and all fields you are giving in an Excel sheet you have to import. Field 5.
Correct.
245A. Field 6 $260 Field 7 $260 B. See here you can able to find it is $260 A and $260 B. Okay, in 260 itself we are having two subdivisions, that is A and B. Place of the publisher and name of the publisher. Field 8 $260 C. See, these things you have to do very careful, because if you map any wrong arguments, output file will be wrong. When you import those into Excel file, import those into a Koha file, then your metadata will be wrongly mapped. Okay.
If we do it twice, then
We can delete it. So if you do it twice, I will show. Field 13 $942 C. So here there is twice.
we forgot to delete it. Then the data will be like showing
Double time. Yeah. So you can right click here. You can click edit item, delete item. Okay.
And what is join item?
Join item, ma'am, it is for like this. I have showed you here. Place of publisher. Here these three are same field. So you can group this. You can click joint item. So these three will be combined together.
with a space between them or continuous.
Space will be there. It will consider it as a joint element.
It will reflect over there as a joint under publisher joint.
Yeah. It is for our understanding alone, because each field is having each mark formats. It is for our understanding that it is a group element. Place of publisher, name of publisher, and everything.
Yes.
14 is 250.
You will give us practice session also. No? We will do it on our own now.
Yeah, you can. I have already. Okay, just a minute.
Once you do, then we will practice it here, because otherwise we will not be able to understand this.
Okay, I will show you. So 13, 14.
We have already done 40 lines.
Basically, that is for Intel variable.
14 is
Sir, you click it wrong, it's 8.
okay.
Sir, I guess you missed field 23 or 24.
21, 22,
It's repeated, na? See, on 22nd and 23rd, both of them are same.
23 is O.
This is 13. You have to be very careful while entering all these.
Yes.
And sir, what are the options like indicators and term punctuations?
Sorry?
In settings only, yes.
There is no need to worry about. Only we are going to map these things, this field along with this map. Okay, so what I have done now is, based upon our Excel data, we have mapped this to the mark format. Okay, and if you are going to work on the same format, you can just click this save template. When you give the same template, each and every time the same template you can use it. Okay, but if you are going to change the template, no need to save, click on this. So next what we can do, click finish. So process has been finished, records are saved to desktop 123.mrk. mrk is the mark format. Just click OK, and if you find here in the desktop, you can find 123, that is mark format. Okay, now you can able to find our Excel data has been changed into mark formats. Here, leave the first two content, and from here you can see. So we have mapped to the each data. Okay. So this is the first book data, and this is the second book data. This is mapping. The first two is nothing but what we did for examples. Okay, this is for the mark format, and this is the header format. These two we can remove once we're done. So what I'm going to do is go to file. I first remove these two things. File, save, and then compile file into mark. If I give this, it will ask for a file format. Name of the file, I will just give 158. Save. Okay. So this is the mark file format you have to import into your Koha for your data upload. So if when you double click, it should open in Mark Edit software. Okay. Understood? Can I explain it again once?
No, we want to do it, sir.
Okay. I will copy you this pen, this in. So one more thing also I will explain you.
How will it look like? Final outlook of that? You have changed it into mark.
It will look like this only, ma'am. This is the mark format.
Okay, it will look like this.
Yeah. See here you can able to find in the Excel sheet if you find accession number is 001. So it is mapped to the $952 P. I have added that right in mark format. Okay, I'll check that. So if you find this ISBN, yes, ISBN is here, $020A. So you can find this ISBN which we entered in Excel sheet has been mapped to the mark format of $020A.
Yes.
Yes.
Now like we have to enter one more field. Like just now we forgot that accession number is not here. What do we do now?
We can just open the file again.
Add that.
One, two, three.
This here.
This is PGT and DLM.
You can do like this, sir. If you want to edit anything, you can go for this mark editor. So click this mark editor. You have to open the file. So our file is 123. Just open this and you can manually edit here. Okay, but you can check here. This 925 is already there. Accession number what we have given is already existing there.
Well, actually, I meant that in publisher and the place we joined them. Now I want to separate them. Like they're in joint na.
तो edit करना पड़ेगा.
See, joint is nothing but it is for our understanding that it is a group. It won't reflect in your Koha. So in Koha, each fields you are having each mark formats.
But what is the purpose of joining it?
Ma'am, it is for our understanding only that all the groups will be in together, put together.
Okay.
So if you all see, for example, in Excel sheet, here I have merged like this, right? I have given place of publisher and name of publisher in order. If you are giving place of publisher at the beginning and the name of publisher at the last, so while importing, you can make them as a group. Just for your understanding that you have imported all the things. You have mapped all the data from Excel sheet to mark formats. That is for our understanding.
Yes.
Anyhow, whatever it is there in Koha, it will be reflecting as each field only. Place of publisher will be separate, year of publication will be separate, and price will be separate. Whatever fields are there in Koha, it is individual fields. Okay, there is no need of grouping in that.
आप एक बार quick वो repeat कर दीजिए.
Yeah, one more thing is there. So now what we have made is we have converted this Excel file format into mark file format. Okay, and also you will be having a mark tool. Okay, there what we can do is we can convert this mark format into Dublin core. Here you have mark format to Dublin core file format. So you are converting from one file format, that is one standard to another standard.
Okay.
And also if you have any Dublin core data, you can convert that Dublin core also to mark format here. Okay. So now I'll explain how to convert from mark to Dublin core. It's easy just to import that file and convert. So we have already mark formats with us, mark file format, that is 158. Okay. So open that file. So directly it will open because the extension is .mrc. If you click on all files, you will get all the files. We are taking only the mark format, that is .mrc. Open this and save as in desktop. We are going to save that file as DC, Dublin core. Save and execute. So here we got this file format which is of Dublin core. You can able to find here. Okay. So Dublin core, we have already seen in Greenstone that it will have DC. DC is nothing but Dublin core. Here you can able to find DC.title, which is the title of the art book. Okay, DC.creator, that is the author. Okay, and you have DC and /DC. This starting DC means this is the starting of the creator and /DC is the ending of the creator, like XML and HTML languages. Okay, so publisher you have here. Okay, so this is the conversion from mark to Dublin core.
You have written just DC.
No, we have not written. We had only the mark formats.
Yeah.
From Excel file format, we converted into mark formats, and now from mark formats, we converted into Dublin core format.
How you convert it to
Okay, I will show again.
Achha.
So what we have is, I'll just go from the first. We have a set of metadata fields.
Yes.
Okay, so this field is nothing but a metadata of a particular book.
Yes.
And this is the metadata of second book. We have accession number, ISBN, language of the book, author, second author, title, place of publication, name of publication, and other metadata fields.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And these two I have given for our understanding.
Yes.
One is nothing, the first row is nothing but the mark formats. Okay, this $925 fee.
This we have to remember. So
You have to remember.
always That for accession number we have to give this 9
Yeah,
to
you
5.
have to remember. If you don't remember, you cannot convert this.
Well, otherwise, can we copy? Where it is written, somewhere we have to see.
You can
This is
find
the first
it.
time we are looking at it. So how we will remember this?
If you have already used Koha library automation software, you can able to remember this. Or if you type just in Google mark formats,
Okay.
You can get all the things here. So for example, if I go for $100 A, I'm going to $100 A. So here 100 is nothing but the main entry personal name. In the $A is the personal name, that is author. These are subfields.
Okay.
And this is the main field. From 0 to 9 you will be having a main field, and inside that each main field you will be having subfields.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the metadata fields, mark fields, and you have here is the metadata elements.
We can just Google the mark field.
Yeah, you can Google. Okay. So see, these can be followed if you have large number of data. For example, if all of a sudden you are going to convert your traditional library into an automated library,
Yes.
you will be having 10,000, 20,000 of data.
Yes.
Those data you cannot able to type for each and every book.
Yeah.
That time this will be more useful when you have, obviously you'll be having all your data in an Excel file format. Okay. Just you have to enter these fields, okay, and put it into mark format, mark edit software, convert it and upload it into your Koha or any library automation software. Okay. So after this, what I'm going to do is open the mark edit software. Go to this export tab, delimiter text.
Okay.
Open this, you have to choose the source file. Source file is this Koha.
Okay.
So when you open the source file, it will show, you do not show your Excel file. So for that, what you have to do, click here, click all files. Okay, because the default thing is .txt. You have to choose our Excel file. So for that, you have to open, click all files. Now it will show all the files. You have to go for our file, that is Koha data entry format, in which we have all the metadata of the books. Open this. Output file will be on desktop. I'm giving a name 123, save. Okay. So import file. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to map each element. So field 0 I'm going to map to $952 P. So $952 P is the accession number mark format. I'm going to map this. Okay, and add argument. Next is field 1 I'm going to map to $020 A. Add argument. Next is field 2 $041 A. Add argument. Field 3 is $100 A. Okay, similarly you have to add all these arguments for each of the mark format. Once you are done with this, click finish. So your file will get saved in the 123.mrc file. Okay, if you open this, you can able to find these things. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove these two things because this is for our understanding I have kept. I will remove these two things and save. Okay, so now I'm going to convert this file into our mark format. File, compile file into mark. So if I give, it will show the mark format. This is the mark format we have compiled. Okay. So if you double click this, it should open in mark edit software. Then it is a mark file. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to convert this mark format into Dublin core formats. So for that, open again the mark edit software. We have mark tools. Go to this mark tool and we have operation. In this, you are going to choose mark to Dublin core. Select this, open the file, that is final mark. Open, and we are going to save in desktop, that is DC final file. Okay, execute. So if I execute, it will create a DC file, Dublin core file. If you open this, open with the notepad, you can be able to find it is created into mark file formats has been converted into these things. there's some error. Okay. Okay, since I have not given those information, it is showing empty. We have to map all the fields here. Okay, so your DC file will look like this. Understood? So you can just work on it. I will provide you the software. For this, no need of internet. For all your softwares, no need of internet except for this e-resources. For DSpace, you don't require internet. For Greenstone, you don't require internet. And for Market also, you don't require internet. You require internet only for that e-resource, how to download research article and browsing of research articles. In DADLM-03 and DADLM-04 practicals. What about 1 and 2 practicals? You require internet. DADLM-01 and DADLM-02.
अभी तक तो सब प्रैक्टिकल इसी में ज्यादा हो रहा है और तो किसी में ऑटोमेशन वाला ही है और इसमें प्रैक्टिकल है.
In library automation you have
कोहा का
Koha.
था बस कोहा.
Okay. And DADLM-02
इंटरनेट एंड हाँ
open access resource. So you need
उसमें
internet.
we need internet scopus and all this. अभी आएंगी मैम तो
Okay.
So what I will do, I will give you the software. You can try it. Even this Koha file also I will give you.
You will give us IP address. First we will use the Koha. We will create 2 entries. Then we will convert it into mark and then mark.
I will give you the Excel file, ma'am. With that Excel file, you can just work.
बहुत ज़्यादा एकदम ऐसे हुआ तो नहीं ना हो गया पता नहीं इनकी स्पीड ज़्यादा है हम बंद हो गए ऑटोमेशन के अंदर आता है
नहीं ऑटोमेशन को है
ये भी ऑटोमेशन में है लाइब्रेरी ऑटोमेशन के अंदर ही है
So for this, all software like
उसमें क्या
Koha,
देंगे
DSpace,
पहले 4 दिन हो जाते हैं जो हो रहे हैं 4 दिन आ रहे
what are the
हैं
configuration like, 4, 5, or 3?
Sir, configurations will change, sir, because all the softwares will be getting its latest version. So it does not mean that we can work, because if you go for Greenstone, DSpace, Koha, you will have the latest version. You will be having the lower version also. Some of the systems will be of Windows 7, Windows XP. So for that, you have to download the lower version of Koha, Greenstone, DSpace. Now it is Windows 10, and Windows 10, if you go, because the supporting softwares are the additional softwares like Java, JDK, Apache Tomcat, and that also will be advanced version. So before installing any software, you have to check the prerequisite software, whatever software it is required, and what software it manages. Because Java and all, it will support some of the lower version alone. It won't support the latest versions in some of the softwares. So here first we have to check what are the softwares it supports. We have to download those softwares and then we have to install.
For performance purpose, Wi-Fi, no?
Yeah. So what I did, I have copied in this pen drive. You can just share this pen drive, and you can work on it.
I would like to join some.
Capacity नहीं
I have made into ISO file.
Thank you, sir. Diploma is not a degree.
Actually, diploma and post diploma and digitization.
This is this is a post graduate.
Are they going to get a degree or you will get a diploma certificate?
No, only one side.
No degree.
No.
इसमें हमने आपके लिए अप्लाई किया है
Suppose if it is like integrated course. This is only one year recording.
Quantify.